So I've been looking through my old videos and I have kind of realized that I have not posted in a while. And so I've decided that today's video will just be like a completely off-topic video besides Coolcraft. Just looking at old seasons and old builds and see how I could improve them. And I'm in my test world where I just build random things when I'm bored, and then sometimes they make it in and I build them, sometimes I don't. So this first world is season 1. Now the reason it is it said season 4 was because it was taken off the Roman season 4. Anyways, this is Coolcraft season 1. We didn't know a lot, okay? We didn't know a lot. I thought I was good at building. I really wasn't. I mean, it's not terrible. But this was one of the things that had happened after the season had ended and when we decided to come back. When the season came to an end, I did a final live stream where I looked around. I can't remember what else I did, but I did a final live stream. And that was episode 8. So, and then we decided to come back for 9 and 10. I'm pretty sure both 9 and 10, maybe 10's up, but I took 9 down. I know I took one of them, or both of them down, because this was my season 1 base. This is where I started when we were recording. I'm not gonna explain the history of before I started recording, because that would just be confusing to some of you guys, because, well, you guys would have not even have had any reference, even if you didn't watch this season. It's not very, like, entertaining. I mean, if you want, go for it, but anyways, this was my base. So, as you can see, I'm standing on a tower here. I built this tower in bedrock on one of my friend's worlds. Actually, when Licky the Buff Boy was on bedrock, I built it in one of her worlds, and I was like, this is cool. I'm putting this at my base on Java. So I rebuilt them, and honestly, they're not terrible. Something I think I could improve is maybe the roof, but just this bit's a little awkward. But I also think you could add like a little tip with the brick, and then a fence, and then iron bar. This is my base that I had. Honestly, it looks pretty cool. But you may see that this is obviously not my face. This is because I wore a different skin, and then I realized, and then, like, I think it was like season 3, or like halfway through season 3, I realized that I remember that this skin wasn't my original skin, and I just took it off Planet Minecraft, and I was just like, well, I don't really want to steal a skin off someone and claim it, so I decided to make my own. So I took a Minecraft skin, I used it as a template, or I think I used the skin, and then oh yeah, and then people joked about me not having a brain in here, so I put a little tiny brain. I just have some random junk shulker boxes everywhere, as always. Wait, I did put my stuff in the chest. I remember, I did. Yeah, my stuff was in here, and then I took it out. I don't know why I took it out. Anyways, as you guys can see, I have, some more shulker boxes, and, of course, I thought that was self-promotion. Don't listen to the sign. Don't listen to it. And then we got this weird, and then we have ender chest, smelter with, of course, some free advertisement, and a brewing stand. So, what is this? Oh yeah, so this room down here was basically a little functional area. I was originally gonna have it like a little DJ room where I could just go around like this, play some music, blah blah blah. By the way, this world was in 1.16, so we didn't have stuff like mangroves but yeah, so we have an enchantment table here with a grindstone. This is my little concrete area. I just like placed concrete right here, or like right here or something like that, and then I'd place redstone right here so it'd keep dispensing it. And then right here is a map of the world. This is the world. This is the map of the world. The reason there's this white divider here, which is the map, the full custom map I was working on, is because this is just a few maps of just like different important areas. So this bit up here, this is the 4U map that we saw earlier, and then this giant white block is that. And then we have Savage Boss, aka Carter's old base. He changed his name. And his new base his base that he had, actually it's right there. This was his newer base. This was the base that he had for the rest of the season. We have the shopping district right here, which honestly is actually really big. It's bigger than the rest of the shopping districts. This was probably, as little as it seemed, the most interactive season. The most people were here, blah, blah, blah. Right over here, this is where we're at right now. This is my current base. And then, actually, this base I gave to Licky and Hecky. And then, what else is here? Oh yeah, my old base. This used to be my base. I'm not gonna talk about this or go over there because I never really showed it in videos, and it was never really my I'd already moved by the time my videos came. So this was Basix's area. I gave him my old base. And then I think that's it for on this map. And then there's this map, which is Sanguinarch space. And then we have my industrial district. This is the only time I've done an industrial district. I did it with Carter, aka Savage Boss at the time. And yeah, that's basically this area. Moving on. I had a stonemason. I had this fisherman. I had, which I sold rock cod to. Or I did this trade. Or I did this, and then sometimes I did that. Because I sold cooked cod. And then I had some villagers over here. I did have a mending, and a few other books. I think it was Flame and something else. But in episode 3, I think it was, there was a creeper that basically climbed up, there was like a leaf here or something, and it climbed up onto the top and then fell on my head and blew up. And pretty funny reaction. Not that funny though, because it hurts your ears. Anyways, here are my farmers. Oh, that scared the crap out of me. Okay, as I was saying, these guys were my main source of emeralds. They were the ones I traded to. I traded the melons to. So this is my bit. Actually, I have one more thing I need to show you guys. There's this bit down here, which was my storage system. Why is there so much light glitching out? It's really confusing me. Anyways, this was my storage system. Basically, I was originally gonna make this a sorter, which is the reason I titled my first episode Storage Issues. I built this in my first episode, and this back here was the place I'm pretty sure I was struggling. I think it was back here, or it was back there. I'm pretty sure it was back here though. And so I built this place in that episode. Well, I dug it out in that episode, and then I put the chest in. I don't know if I decorated it in a time lapse. I know I did this bit in a time lapse. And then down here we have a super smelter, which honestly was not the greatest. I was gonna make it a really, really big super smelter. I just didn't have the resources. And then I was gonna make a bamboo farm over here. I realized that a bamboo farm kind of sucks though. So I'm glad I didn't put a bamboo farm in. I probably should have put in a, I probably should have just built a blaze farm. That would have been easier and probably that much. It took up the same amount of time. But I have a lot of iron in here. This place, I remember it. I have not been here in so long though. Like, I never even went here during the season. This was the original place for the shops, for the shopping district. This was gonna be the trading area. So this was when it was just me and Carter on the server. This was Carter's side, I think, or this was Carter's side. Anyways, each of us had one of these sides, and what we would do is we'd put a sign on the chest and say, it was called the trading post, and we'd put a sign on the chest and say, like, for example, normally now we do like 1 diamond per stack of, so we write hay bales, 1 diamond per stack, or something like that, for example. So what we do here is we'd go, a stack of hay bales for, a stack of logs. So instead of diamonds, we would just trade. Which I guess in a way we are trading with diamonds. On here we're trading them diamonds for their resources, but it was just our little way before we had more people on here. And once we had like, I think it was like 4 people on here, or once I had a few more people on here, I decided, you know what, let's build this. Actually, I think we ended up building these shops. Before that, this was called the CPA at the time, but recently, I think it was actually after we ended the season, I just to make this not off-center, I made it the CCPA, just a Coolcraft protection agency, I think it was. So this was my office. I really like this plant. I don't use this that often. Old me better than new me? Anyways, this was the grass area, so this is where people would come to get grass. I had a donation chest right here, and it said, why is there just a random pig? Weird. Anyways, you put your grass in here that you would donate, and then CPA members would come. This annoys me. This is annoying. Why didn't I just have 2 beacons? Anyways, and then all the grass would come around under into here. Grab, well, let's just do a stack. And then we put it in this chest. Hopefully, it should work. Now we should be getting a little bit more. So the system worked. At one point in the season, it just like stopped working for some. I have no idea why it stopped working. Anyways, moving on. As you can see, I still had just a ton of random crap laying around. This was just a ton of junk, and I just said it was free to take. We didn't have anti-enderman grief on this season. We had no data packs on this season. This was all vanilla. So this was Basix's office, I think. And then for the entire season, I had this problem of how you get up here. So I just made this little staircase like this and like this. I probably should have put a railing, but that's okay. Anyways, this was the little food court area. Anyways, yep, press the dispenser, cookie comes out, free cookies for everyone. That was the concept, and we executed it. This was my nether shop. Basically, this used to be a shop from Savage Boss, aka Carter. He made this stone brick area, and then he put a ton of barrels in the corners, and that was a shop. And then he abandoned it. So I decided to take it over and make these shelves and sell nether stuff. So what I did was I made a little patch, like a few little patches, just really tiny, of blackstone. And then as the time went on, I would extend this to the point where it got to here. And then I'm just like, okay, that's good enough. So yeah, I sold some things. I don't know. Yep. Okay. I made sure to round them out to stacks. I don't know why there isn't a full stack in there, but so right here, this is off topic from that pink concrete. This is the storage room that we had. This is the only column that has stuff in it. So yeah, the rest of it was aesthetic, but this bit, this was a ton of flint and steel for burning down a forest. I'll get to that in a second. And it just had some supplies in here. And so this thing, oh no, I wasn't supposed to do that. Okay. So this thing was a secret door I had learned a really long time ago. This redstone, I think the original redstone still works, but I don't know why I did this. Maybe I had to modify it because it didn't work in Java. I don't know, something like that. This was a helicopter. I did not build this. I found how I used a tutorial. I know, does not sound like me. I used a tutorial of a helicopter that was landed and then changed the colors. There used to be a wither skeleton skull there, but somebody took it. I'm not that surprised. Anyways, these were completely closed. I decided to keep them as half doors because they look kind of cool. And then this, I'm pretty sure I did. It looks like an engine. But you sit in here. I was really proud of this. I would literally just sit up here and look at the shopping district for hours. I would just do that. CPA office building. Well, now I know who's hogging all the white concrete. Oh my god, there's so many random little funny signs all over the place. It was the first season that we added data packs. We didn't have much. These are the ones we had. We had player head drops, wandering trades, treasure gems, which I am not a huge fan of. I'm not a huge fan of the treasure gems. Multiplayer sleep, silence mobs, which we always have, gem villagers. We never really use those. Armor stands, and then double shulker shells. I thought I added the more heads, but we never ended up doing that. So I had all the rule stuff here, and there are so many things spelt wrong in this. Don't even examine this because there are a lot of spelling errors. Haking. Guys, no haking on the server. And at the end of the season, we ended up putting our stuff in the chest. So this is Heckling Heckle's stuff. We have Sanguine Arc stuff, which is all maxed out, I'm pretty sure. Yep. I'm pretty sure our stuff this season was all maxed out. Let's get all the stuff in here. Licky's stuff, all of her, ender chest stuff, or just everything she had in her inventory. And then this is all of her gear, which isn't the best, but... So this was the castle. Now I'm gonna be honest, this was pretty ugly. The circles aren't even, symmetrical. They're not, this one might be kind of symmetrical, but it's not great, because, it's still got some error. And then we have the interior. Honestly, this interior could have been better. I could have finished this out really nicely. I'm actually working on a video right now where I transform this. And then this bit, I really liked how this bit was going to turn out. I didn't finish the ceiling, but this hallway area was going to look cool. We'll just fly through here. This is the villager trading hall that I had. And I've realized that this is off. So this is a 1-block center. This is a 2-block center. So it's it doesn't match up right. But it still looks fine. So we have this area. This area is, why is there a block missing? Some really strange things that I've just noticed, just now. Anyways, this was kind of the hangout room. We didn't really use this for a lot. Well, people on the server will know what this was used for. I'm about to show you guys. So I dug a hole all the way down to bedrock. This was going to be for the slime farm. I'm pretty sure this is a chunk. Yep. So this is the area with all the treasures. So we have the government funds. So this is so I made this here because someone stole diamonds one time, or threatened to steal diamonds, so I took them and kept them in my ender chest, and I decided to move them down here. And then we have all the things, so my first pickaxe. I don't actually know if that's my first pickaxe. I kind of just found that pickaxe laying around. I just assumed, well, why would I just have a damaged wooden pickaxe around for no reason? So I just assumed it was my first one. The only Heckling Heckle's head on the server. This head, everyone wanted it. Everyone wanted this head, because if you had the head, it was like a monopoly, basically. The end portal frame from the Frames game. Spoiler alert, that's not up on the channel anymore, because that, my friends, Soviet onion. So this is the flag. So this is their original temple. I don't exactly know. I have a feeling this was Licky. I don't exactly know what they were gonna do with that temple, but it didn't really do anything. Over here is the melons, and I made a little replica of my castle over here once, and I was gonna be like, okay, whenever I make an upgrade to my castle, I'm gonna update this. And these little buttons were supposed to be the railings, but they didn't really represent them that good. So anyways, here's the melon farm. They're giant. Oh, I'm getting some lag. They're giant melon farm, which is honestly insane. I mean, it could have been bigger, but like you would get stacks upon stacks of melons from this, and that was the main reason we had God Gear in this season. Here's their mob farm. It didn't only have creepers, it had other mobs too, which honestly, it works, but then you just get a ton of like rotten flesh. All the bones are really useful though, so. And then up here's their creeper farm. They got really mad because a ton of people were stealing their, Oh, am I not able to open them when they have obsidian? Even inspector? Okay, so yeah. They had, some gunpowder in here. And then here's their potato farm. Their main thing this season was potatoes. So they made a potato farm. And it actually produced really well, as you can see. And they took from that a while. Oh, and here's the poorly producing slime farm. This is the main area of the Soviet Union. It's not as big and cool as this area, but this area just has a ton of detail. Like there's that over there. There's some villagers. This was the main bit though. This is why everyone was over here. This is their villager trading hall. Yes, it's not as grand as I presented it, but this was so grand. This was literally what everyone was here for. They had protection villagers. They weren't cured. I don't think they were ever cured, but it was so easy to get melons that like nobody really cared. It was so easy to get emeralds, and like, yeah, that was probably the best thing. This place just looks so cool on the ground though. If you're on the ground, with the light show it may be meh, but like this place seems so cool at the start, and like they did such a good job making the acacia wood look really nice with like. It just looked, this place looked good. And then you got some cows, got the horses. This place looks really nice with the acacia. All the acacia made it look great. Warning, monster chickens are down here. For head usage only. Don't know what that was for. This was the storage system. And I think there's something to do with the borrowed some slime balls for a farm. Is what started this all. As you can see, more green heads. So here is their flag. This is Violet, I think is what the cat's name is. I think that was probably an early prototype, and this was their early storage before they moved everything. I did the item frames. The skeleton spawner. So all the way down here. That chest was because I died a few times. And then all the way down here. I made the, okay, so before it was just like a regular skeleton spawner farm. And then Sanguinarch came around and decorated it. So this is the final product. It was this like really nice looking cave. I kind of ruined it with the glass because I put myself in a glass box. Actually, I should add these gems back. These gems really added something to this area, I feel. Well, while you wait for the things to spawn, you can do this parkour, which was like a mine-themed parkour that I kind of suck at. But yeah, this was really cool. And I still think that was really cool. Is this jump possible? I don't think I could ever do that jump. Oh, it is. Then you go around here. Go over here. Boop. I remember not being able to do this and then like cheating my way there. Is this jump possible? Yes. No way this is. Oh, it is. Okay. Well, I used to think this was so hard at the time. Oh, and then you go here. And then you jump around here. Okay. Yeah, and you do that parkour while you wait for the skeleton spawn, and the skeleton spawn, and then you kill them with your sword. Like, so. and then you get a ton of XP. And that's how the farm worked. It was just a simple skeleton grinder, like right there. This wall is kind of flat because this is where the skellies were. And yeah, this is one of the coolest bases on the server on season 2. This is the shopping district. I was originally gonna we were gonna fill this area in and do the big shopping district expansion, but I forgot that mobs kind of spawn in those areas, so that didn't really work out. And here's his cooler base. It would have been really cool if he would have finished it, and it was a big project. Also, if we would have been on this server long enough in order to upgrade to 1.19 or 1.18, he could have dug this so much farther, and it would have been so cool. But he was gonna build some futuristic thing in here, and then he kind of stopped, and then everyone kind of stopped, and then we decided, you know what, let's make a new world so it doesn't get boring. So right here, this was my gear. I had basically max stuff. I had except for my sword. My sword was bad, and I called it the Super Slayer. But everything else was pretty maxed out. Coolcraft Season 3. Now, the difference between this season and all the others is that this season I have made progress after the season has ended. That's why I have all my stuff on me. Basically, what I've done is I've drained all this out. This was about to here. My project has been, whenever I'm bored, I've basically just turned this one into a single player because I have so many unfinished projects in this world that honestly, if I were to go back, I have so much work to do. So I've been doing this, but this was the base. This was the base I was gonna make. It looks kind of cool. I mean, if it was finished and I would have had a good idea for the top, it would have been really cool. But yeah, it's a cool little futuristic base that I had in mind. It was completely freestyled. I had no plan going into it. I had a plan for a circle, but nothing else. And then I also changed the floor down here to sand. I was gonna put coral everywhere, but I didn't get time for that either. I put a little bit down here, and then I was like, eh. Oh, right over here is the church build. I don't know if I showed this in a video or not. There's gonna be a lot of things that were not shown, but this is a church build I did. I based it off of another church that someone built, and I think this looks pretty cool. I did the interior all myself. It could be better. It's alright. This bit is cool. Just this bit is maybe meh. Maybe I could have done better with the actual roof. But the rest of it is nice. I like this window. I like this bit up here. It looks like, because I don't really build a ton of churches. And then we had these little private rooms. I don't know what I was going to use them for. Maybe a bathroom. And then here's a cage from a different series. I'm not going to talk about that series because both the videos are taken down. Because I took them down. And here's my creeper farm. Tons of gunpowder. And why do I have a chest? I have a chest monster at a creeper farm. This makes no sense. I have never showed this. I was building a volcano, and it was going to go all the way up. I probably should have done a better gradient than that, but it was going to go all the way up to up here, and I was going to have lava at the top. Honestly, I wish I could have finished it. I probably could finish it, but I didn't. And the mine for that is actually way over here. So over here, this wasn't a base, this was still mine. I just forgot to show it. This was my villager trading hall. Whoa, lag spike. This is one of my favorite villager trading halls I have ever built. I built this. Look at all those emeralds. And that I didn't even build a raid farm. So these lights, when they're on, it's villager trading hours. So that is why those are there. And these guys, I'm pretty sure every one of these guys were cured. Not 100% sure about. Ooh. Actually, these guys were all cured. So I would basically make money from these guys. I'd go down, I would make some, and then I'd buy a ton of bookshelves. I would come over here, break them. I used to have a beacon, so it'd go really fast, and I'd sell the books, buy more bookshelves, and that would just be a cycle. That's how I got all these emeralds. I'd also buy glass from the villagers, craft them into glass panes, and this was a really efficient farm. There we go. That is, that's how the light, so now it indicates that the villagers' trades are going to refresh, and then I'd go ahead and trade with them. That's how that would work. I had those because if I was just sitting at the villager hall trading. Oh, I forgot to show you guys something that I thought was really cool. Hold on, let me go back. Carrot Farm. So this little area, which I still think is really cool, the villagers mysteriously disappeared. I don't know why. I think what happened was a zombie spawned in here because of light. Sanguine Arc Space. This weird throne with my old skin's head, or like one of my prototype skins. There's this, I think, is the villager breeder that he had, and then the villager farm down here. Yeah. That's what that was, and then over here, there's a really cool cave. This thing looks really cool. This, if we had the treasure gems in this, I think it would look pretty cool, but we didn't, because I thought they were kind of stupid and pointless, which is why I didn't add them. This place looked cool. The candles really added a cool element in this season, so. And especially the new caves and cliffs stuff that we got in part 1. Like, just the path, I think, looks really cool. And then the house, she keeps saying that it looks bad, but I don't think it looks that bad. I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty nice. And then we have... Oh yeah, Licky died, so I made a coffin for her in iron armor. So I, like, put the helmet on her lap, pork chop, pickaxe. This was honestly really cool. I should do more armor stand art like this. Like, I'm pretty sure these are two separate armor stands, by the way. Yeah, one of them sitting, and the other one is yeah. Actually, yeah, I put this here to hide that weird little bit with the armor stands. So. Oh, here's the best part about Heckling Heckle Space. Yeah, the storage system is kind of cool and all, but as you can see, we have a little friend coming to visit. I think Tina, and I think I started an episode on this once, but this was great. Llama in the floor, 10 out of 10. Anyways, this was the Coolcraft Season 3 shopping district. This place was really small compared to Season 1 and Season 2 because not a lot of people played, to be honest. This is again one of the seasons that the servers started to... This is the season where the servers started to die off. What happened was, I made this shop, people bought it. This was a really profitable shop. This is the only reason I have a stack of diamonds. This is a really cool shop too. I really like how this turned out. Anyway. So this is an original build, and this interior looked really nice. This was all the diamonds. There's this little room right here, behind a painting. I had to go in spectator mode in order to open that. And then right away, here's an office. This plant was really cool. Here's a little balcony. And then up here is the office. But the farm, I'm pretty sure this is the first time, if you're on the server, you're seeing this. The only other 2 people on the server that know about this was Carter and Heckling Heckles. This is the Wither Skeleton farm. We chose one of the worst locations to do this because there's so much netherrack around and so much stuff we had to spawn proof. Nothing can spawn. The only place that the things can spawn is right here. So if I sit down here, we should get some coming in, but I would get a ton of bones, a ton of coal, and a ton of wither skeleton skulls from this. So basically what I do is I'd come stand in here, and then I would just kill people. I think I got a head. I think I saw a head go. So yep, I just stand here, slice them, wait for more to come, slice them. I'd sit here with an auto clicker, and that's what I would do. And then I'm pretty sure I like had a pile in here of all the heads. I saw a head. Yep. It was really quick with wither skeleton skulls, and I think after like a night I had a few stacks. Ooh, that almost went in the lava. And yeah, that's basically everything for season 3. I did a lot in season 3, and here we are, one of my favorite seasons, season 4. Not a lot of people played. It was mainly just me and Heckling Heckles, and a few others played here and there. Like Sanguinark only built this, and yeah, I basically grinded on this season, like I did with all seasons. But this was the base. This is where everything happened. So over here, this was the brewery. Yeah. This area is really nice. I do really like the feeling of this area, and I think I did a really good job with it. The rocks, all of that, and yeah. So we have a potato sign by Licky and Heckling Heckles, and then over here we just have storage. This is just my house. If you watch season 4, you're familiar with this. We have just some more storage up here with a bed. I'm giving like a full tour of my house. You guys, everyone has seen this if you watch season 4. Anyways, down here we had a sheep farm, which was really efficient. Like, well, it wasn't insanely efficient, but it was pretty efficient. And then we have this area. I actually really like this area. I'm actually really happy that I did this area, because this area, I was running out of space, which is why this place was ever here. Allie is in here, and so is Sully. This was my gear. We had Chop Chop, Pew Pew, Smooth Like Butter, Lucky Charm, Did I Axe, just another Fortune Diamond Shovel, Spoon, Slicky, and another Diamond Shovel. And then right over here we have my Ender Chest, which had a ton of normal things in it, like a ton. Oh, that's not a ton of diamonds. I think the reason I didn't have a lot of diamonds in this season was because I had no idea how to mine in the new update. So I had the Cool Dude hat, which is maxed out, I Can Fly, which are my wings, protective pants, and then my shoes, which it was all maxed out gear. These little 3 houses was probably the best. Starter area, we had me and Sanguinark's villager trader over here, which was actually really efficient and nice. And it all had 1 emerald trades, except for like the ones that were like cheaper. I don't really buy that much. And look at this place. This place looks really nice. This place is actually really cool. There's all these, basically what they did was they took over a cave. This was Heckling Heckles and Licky. They took over a cave and they basically made it all lush and green. This is a custom river that was made. This place gets a little laggy because of all the torches, especially the shaders. And then over here was their storage. So they had this, oh wait, no, this was their villager breeder, not their storage. Their storage was over here. Right in here. So this was their storage room. Pretty simple. A lot of storage. And then there's like these little areas. And then all the way down here, this was the second bit of the cave. So this waterfall came down into another river. This little thing from the ceiling came all the way down to another river. All of this was made lush. This was just a regular cave. This was not this was never a lush cave. All these like plants were all planted hand by hand, and then these mustaches, I made those mustaches and she just left them. Here's a little lake down here with some axolotls, and then it all kind of starts to cut off right here. This is where she decided to cut it off, right over here too. You're not going to make a whole cave system lush, but part of this, like, look at all of this that has been made lush. Like, even this little bit down here, like, all of this. This is why it's so, like, why are there so many chickens down here? Actually, I think that was me. But yeah, this was really, really cool. I am so laggy right now. Why am I lagging this much? Anyways, this is Bikini Bottom. That's right. This is the Bikini Bottom that we made. The three heads. So, it's now nighttime. I am flying up. And now we should be close to... Oh, it's right here. So, this is the moon. This is basically where the rocket went. The rocket was a lot longer, but the other half basically flew off. And the mustache is here. So, this was the rocket. The main area is fine. The control center, the bed area, and this. And then there was this weird area that I found once. And there's this really weird area that was like, there were some berries there or whatever, and like some teleporter. But this was, I was gonna transform the moon into this really cool, like, this really cool, like, space station, this really cool moon station I have for this video. That's the entire video. I didn't want to put season 5 in here because season 5 is still a work in progress and it's not finished yet. You may come to notice that my skin is very different from the last time you saw me. That's because I recorded that yesterday and then realized, hey, I should probably wear a Halloween themed skin because it's Halloween and I normally do that every year. So I took my skin from last year, put a mustache and some eyes on it, and called it good. So this is, that's why I have a different skin on. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed me going through the old times with that. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed going through all the old things. I cut a lot of things out of the video, so if you're on the server and you see that your base did not make it or wasn't in the video, not because your base is bad, not because I didn't like your base, it's because otherwise this video would have probably been an hour long, and to be honest, I don't think a lot of people are going to watch this 40-minute video, so that is why I cut a lot out, and it still ended up 40 minutes. It probably would have ended up like 2 hours if I wouldn't have cut a ton out. I mean, season 1, I mean, I did leave a lot in, but yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys all in the next video, which will be Coolcraft. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye! I have severe server lag right now.